Hi everybody and welcome back. I'm just checking the volume actually. I hope you all can hear me because one of the viewers very kindly gave me some feedback on one of my videos and explained that he found it really difficult to hear what I was saying even when he turned his volume fully up. So I'm hoping that you can actually hear this because I think I've got this on full volume. So anyway, sorry, I should have confirmed that. I am the Mature Exotical Lady and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time coming across one of my videos. And today I'm doing a walk and talk from home. I had to come back home to good old England. I love England. I love England, and it's a lovely day here today. Basically, I got some things to do, so I've had to come back, and I'm going to be here for at least a week before I'm off traveling again. Probably go back to my apartment in Italy and then plan the next journey from there. But yeah, so I thought I'm doing a walk and talk today because normally I would always go for a walk around midday when I'm working from my home chambers, just for exercise really. Yeah, so it's interesting. I love England, that's the title. That's the talk for today, because when I was coming back yesterday, because I flew back in yesterday, literally, and I was on the train, and the train back home from the airport goes through the city, you know, the city of London, where a lot of legal firms are situated. A lot of the big legal firms are situated in the city. And I used to frequently take the train into the city anyway, because my main court, where I practice from, is actually in central London. And it's always been interesting to me, just listening to the conversations that, you know, I could see lawyers having on the phone, you know, with no doubt their clients, or, you know, they're instructing clients, their lay clients, business associates, you know. And so on the train yesterday coming back, and I listened to a guy, typical upper class background, obviously, white male lawyer, and they always make me laugh on the conversations, you know, that I hear them having, because obviously, you know, being part of the clique, as it were, the law establishment, if I put it that way, you know, we kind of all know the BS, literally. And I just thought to myself, coming back, I've enjoyed being away, and the UK weather is lovely at the moment, right? But generally speaking, it struggles. It really does struggle. But weather notwithstanding, I love England, you know, I do love England. It was so nice to be back on English soil again. And why do I love England? Because nowhere's perfect, right? Nowhere is perfect. And the weather for me in the UK is a struggle. But I was just thinking about the diversity of England, you know. And actually England is a country where you can actually be yourself, you know. That's a plane. Where I live in the UK, it's by the airport, one of the airports. So frequently I get planes flying across, and disrupting the reception. Hello, you're right. Lovely weather at the moment. So basically, I was just thinking about how, being in England, it's got so many advantages to it. And at the end of the day, people can actually be themselves, Culturally, it's so culturally diverse. And I mean, obviously it's not perfect. Obviously there are still issues in terms of classism and racism in the UK. But generally speaking, where I'm from anyway, where I grew up, which is London, West London, and wherever I am in the UK, I'm never far from London, I'll be honest with you, because it's where I feel the most comfortable. And the reality is that for me, I have a diverse background, being biracial, mixed black and white, and I'm always most at home in an environment where there are people from all different cultures, different ethnicities, living alongside each other, tolerant. Showing tolerance and respect for that diversity, because it does make a huge difference. People learning from each other, people embracing each other's differences, it's all education. And I think the English do that very well, actually. I think England offers a lot to its people. It offers a lot to people. It's not perfect, no, but it offers a lot of opportunity for people as well. If you're hardworking, if you're tolerant, if you don't have a chip on your shoulder, it does offer a lot. There's a lot out there. People just don't know how to access a lot of the opportunities that are actually out there, Or people want to have a chip on their shoulder and at the same time knock on your door and ask you for help. It doesn't work like that. You have to be willing to embrace other people's opinions, other people's way of life. You don't have to, sort of start living that way if you don't agree with it, depending on what it is. But at the end of the day, you do have to respect what other people want to do. Once people are adults, they're over 18, they've got capacity to make decisions, and they're not, they're living their life in a way that doesn't disturb you, then you need to respect that as an individual. You need to be tolerant, open-minded, and then there are so many opportunities for people, in England. Opportunities you just can't find anywhere else in the world. And people need to be honest about that. It is an expensive country, but where isn't? In any developed country or any country that wants to develop and have, good quality services, it's not going to be a cheap country. That's just the reality, because it costs money to develop systems, to keep environments clean and maintained. Is it's expensive, especially if you want to provide consistency across the whole country. In any country, it's easy to have pockets of places where EasyJet flying over. It's easy to provide, certain areas where you might get quality services, a beautiful environment, and you can find that in other countries as well, but it's very difficult. I was going to say in other countries where it's much cheaper, all right, but is it consistent? Is that sort of what you're going and you're going to see in that city in terms of services and infrastructure and environment? Are you going to find that across the whole country? No, you're not. You're not going to find that across the whole country. So, and that's because it's not cheap, you know. But where you are going to find quality of life, that is a decent environment, realistic opportunities for career development and making money, education, health, where you are going to find that consistent across a whole country, it's not going to be cheap. It's just not going to be cheap, you know. So I was thinking about England as a whole, and I was just thinking, no, I love England. I love England, you know. And I would never go abroad anywhere else and sort of be knocking England. And, you know, people do that. People come from one country, they go to another, and they'll start sort of knocking the country that gave them the opportunity to why you're able to sort of travel out now or do whatever you're doing, you know. And I just think that's so wrong, so disloyal. You should have a degree of loyalty. You should be able to look at the pros and cons in any situation. And anybody who comes from somewhere like the United Kingdom, United States of America, who's unable to sort of look at that country from a balanced perspective, the pros and the cons, and they sort of go to another country and all they're doing is knocking, saying, oh, how bad things are. Saying how bad things are in the UK or in the United States. It's just totally wrong, you know. Totally wrong in my opinion. It's just my opinion, I know, but it is my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to it. And who gonna check me, right? But basically, I was also thinking, for example, about the sort of quirky sort of Englishman's personality, and I was thinking about Boris Johnson. And I remember watching a video of Boris Johnson once. I actually like Boris Johnson. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I like him, you know. They say, oh, he told all these lies, but who doesn't tell lies? I mean, come on. I've told lies. You have told lies. Let's just all not pretend that we don't tell lies. Oh, you shouldn't tell lies when you're in a certain position. Well, that's, you know, it's not realistic, is it? It's just not realistic, you know. People tell lies. That's what they do. I mean, there was a lot of issues around the pandemic period. A lot of people were doing things that they shouldn't have done. And I'm in no way saying that, you know, Boris Johnson, you know, should or shouldn't have done whatever it was said he did or he didn't do. I mean, to be honest, I just thought I've got more important things to worry about than whether Boris Johnson went to parties or not. I was actually going for a crisis at that time in my own health, you know. But what I will say is, yeah, he kind of represents your sort of typical upper class Englishman. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know, people may or may not want to accept it, but yeah, he does. You know, people tell lies. People, well, we not even call it lies. People will colour the truth. You know, they will add facts or omit to explain certain facts about situations that happen in their work and in their life. You know, I can tell you that as a lawyer. I can tell that very well. You know, people do this. I remember watching a video where he was getting into an argument. He was getting into an argument with some man, you know, and and that sort of typical English upper class way of arguing, you know. It was like, take it back, old boy, you know. What did you just say? Take that back, old boy. You know, go on, you take that back. And I just started laughing to myself, you know, because I just think English, England and English and the English, you know, we are unique. We're a unique set of people anywhere we go. You know, be proud to be an Englishman or an English woman. That's your nationality, be proud. And if you're dual nationality, which some people are, because England allows that, you know, it kind of doesn't. If you're somebody who's naturalised to become a citizen of the United Kingdom, then you might still have a birth citizenship as well in another country. I'd be proud of that too, you know. But like I said, yeah, I love England. Simple. That's all I got to say for today. So wherever you are, I wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good night. And I shall see you in the next one.